Armed conflicts in many parts of Africa have affected millions of lives for decades. Wars over land, resources, power, and ethnic control have damaged societies and created deep suffering. One of the most tragic results is the exploitation of children. In war-torn areas, warlords turn boys and girls into smugglers, fighters, and killers, stealing their childhood and replacing it with fear and violence. Many of these conflicts began because of colonial history, poverty, weak governments, and competition for valuable resources like diamonds and oil. In countries such as Sierra Leone, Liberia, Congo, and South Sudan, armed groups formed to fight for power. They needed workers and soldiers, and children became easy targets. War destroys families, schools, and communities. Many children lose their parents, homes, and education. With no protection or support, they are left vulnerable. Armed groups often offer food, safety, and a sense of belonging. For many children, joining is not a choice but a way to survive. Warlords recruit children in different ways. Some are kidnapped during violent attacks on villages. Others join because they are hungry, homeless, or hopeless. Armed groups promise rewards and protection, making their life of violence seem like the only option. Peer pressure also plays a role. When friends join armed groups, others may follow. Some children believe carrying a gun will earn them respect and power. In societies broken by war, violence becomes normalized. Once recruited, escape becomes almost impossible. Breaking the child's will after joining, children go through brutal training. This is not just about learning to fight. It is about destroying their sense of identity and morality. New recruits are often beaten, starved, and humiliated. They are forced to witness executions or torture. Sometimes they are made to kill prisoners or even members of their own communities. This is done deliberately to break emotional ties and create guilt. Drugs, alcohol are commonly used. Children are given cocaine, marijuana, or strong stimulants to reduce fear and increase aggression. Over time, addiction develops, making them more dependent on their commanders. Names are replaced with nicknames. Hair is shaved. Uniforms are issued. The child's past life is erased. Loyalty to the group becomes the only source of belonging. Fear is the main tool of control. Any attempt to escape can result in public execution. Children learn quickly that obedience means survival. Not all child recruits are frontline fighters. Many are used as smugglers and carriers. Because children attract less suspicion, they are ideal for transporting illegal goods. Warlords use them to move weapons, drugs, diamonds, gold, and stolen items across borders. A boy may carry ammunition in a backpack. A girl may hide drugs under her clothes. Some walk for days through forests and deserts, guided only by threats. In mining regions, children are forced to smuggle blood diamonds and minerals extracted through slave labor. These resources are sold internationally to fund more weapons and fuel more wars. If a child is caught by authorities, the warlord loses nothing. Another child can always be found. But for the child, arrest or death may follow. Perhaps the most disturbing aspect is how children are trained to kill. At first, many resist. They cry. They refuse. But warlords use violence and psychological manipulation to break them. A child may be told, "Kill, or you will be killed." Sometimes they are ordered to kill someone they know, ensuring they can never return home. With time, fear turns into numbness. Violence becomes routine. Children learn to shoot, ambush, and raid villages. Some become commanders over other children. Girls are often doubly victimized. Many are forced to fight, but also used as wives or sex slaves. They cook, clean, and serve commanders while enduring constant abuse. Many become pregnant at a young age, carrying trauma and stigma for life. These children are not born violent. They are made violent.
For 15 years, villages across northern Uganda have been terrorised by the Lord's Resistance Army. It's a fundamentalist Christian force that kidnaps children and turns them into fanatical young soldiers. This largely hidden civil war has even pitted those children against their own families. Efforts to end the conflict have failed because the LRA has been able to slip back and forth across the border into Sudan.
So what will happen to these kids now?
These kids, we shall take them to rehabilitation center where we are gathering all of them for further handlement because they are traumatized.
Life in armed camps is harsh and unpredictable. Food is scarce. Medical care is almost non-existent. Disease and injury are common. Children sleep on the ground, often in unsafe conditions. They are always on alert for attacks. Nightmares are common. Many suffer from anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress. Friendships exist, but they are fragile. Anyone could be punished or killed at any time. Trust is dangerous. Despite this, some children adapt. They learn to survive. They follow orders. They hide their emotions. This survival instinct is what allows them to endure, but it also makes reintegration later more difficult.
And conditions are now so desperate that Coney is resorting to outright murder.
The exploitation of child soldiers and smugglers is not only a local issue, it is connected to global systems. Weapons used by warlords often come from international arms dealers. Minerals smuggled by children end up in smartphones, jewelry, and electronics around the world. Drugs transported by young couriers are sold in foreign cities. In this way, global demand helps sustain local violence. Although international laws prohibit the use of child soldiers, enforcement is weak. Many warlords operate in remote areas. Some are protected by corrupt officials. Others move across borders to avoid capture. The word often knows what is happening but responds slowly. Rescue and demobilization in some regions, peace agreements and international interventions have led to demobilization programs. These programs aim to remove children from armed groups and help them return to civilian life. When a child leaves a group, the journey is only beginning. Rehabilitation centers provide food, medical care, and counseling. Social workers try to help children process trauma. They teach basic education and life skills. But recovery is not easy. Many children suffer from severe psychological wounds. Some are addicted to drugs, others feel guilty for what they have done. Many fear punishment or rejection. Returning home can be painful. Families may be dead. Communities may not trust them. Some see them as criminals rather than victims. Girls who were abused often face stigma. Without proper support, many former child soldiers are at risk of rejoining armed groups. Former child soldiers often describe similar experiences. One boy from Sierra Leone recalled being abducted at age 10.
Em mua con nó con bơi một cái này đồ nẹo đó nói có cái đó đồng pa qua này nó đuông mà piano mai qua bề cả lòng ngày yoga này.
There is no compassion for the man who drove her to kill.
Apa tao đam mà về piano nó thiệt cái tiền là đa luôn. Ka tama kita anena kita ya chua miana ke chua yana kita yan golora mi chopotan.
Despite the darkness of this issue, there is hope. Many former child soldiers rebuild their lives and become leaders, teachers, and activists. Organizations, families, and communities work together to help them heal. Change is slow, but possible. Every child deserves safety, education, and dignity. No child should be forced to carry weapons instead of books or fear instead of dreams. Africa's warlords did not create poverty and instability, but they used them to exploit children. These children were victims, not criminals. Understanding their stories means accepting responsibility and working to end this cycle of violence. The future depends on protecting these children and ensuring their lost childhoods are never repeated.